If you go out and you can secure $1 a year raise from your company, it might not mean much to your boss or your company, but it can change the future of your finances. Because if you take that additional $1 a year and you invest this additional $1 a year, take a look at what happens. Let's assume that you grow your money up below the historical growth rate for the stock market. What we're seeing right now is that the stock market on average has been growing by around % a year. Let's assume you invest it and you can only get % return a year. If you do this for years, you're adding this additional $1 a year into your reinvestments at % a year for years. Well, now you're adding an additional $1 million to your net worth when it comes time for you to retire. If we do this for an additional years, well, now we're talking about $1 million buying added into your net worth when it comes time for you to retire. This is power of asking for that raise sooner rather than later and then taking that additional money and putting it to work. That way you have the power of compound interest to grow your wealth over time instead of just taking that additional money and financing that BMW. The fourth most impactful thing that you can do to change your financial life is to create a system for your money. There's 3 parts to this that I want you to understand when it comes to having a system for your money. Number 1 is track where your money is going. Number 2, never spend more than what you make. And number 3, invest your extra money. So, let's break this down. Starting with tracking your money. If you have not started doing this, one of the biggest financial changes that you can make is at the beginning of every month. See where all of your last month's money went. So, you can go create a Google Sheet, create a piece of paper, create a financial spreadsheet. I didn't care how you do this, but you want to write down at the very top all of your income, every single source of income that you have. Write it at the top of this. And then below that, you want to write down all of your expenses. You want to break this down by category. But first, grab your debit card statements, your credit card statements, your bank expenses, and write down exactly where every penny went. It's tedious the first time you do this, but you have to know where your money is going if you want to be able to optimize it. Once you do that, this gives you how much money is left over. Then I want you to write down how much money did you save, how much money did you invest, and then how much money did you give if you gave any money away at all. Once you do this, you're immediately going to be able to see, oh my God, I'm spending way too much money at Benihana's. Then you can adjust your expenses accordingly. The second thing you want to do after you track expenses is make sure you are not spending more than what you make. This is where you need to have some sort of system for your money.
That way you know how much money you're supposed to save, how much money you're supposed to invest, how much money you're allowed to spend. A simple rule of thumb that you can follow is something like my plan, which says for every dollar that you earn from here on out, cents is the maximum that you can spend. Cents is the minimum that you invest. Cents is the minimum that you save. This way, whether you're making a year or million a year, you're always working to save and invest your money before you spend your money, because that's where the wealth is built. And then, I'm emphasizing this summit that I created this a third time is you have to invest your extra money. This is where your wealth is made. Your wealth is made through your investments. Your wealth is not made through your savings. Your savings are there to protect you against an emergency. Your savings are there to make a big purchase like a house or a car. Your savings are rather to help you buy an investment. But when you go out and you invest your money, this is what you're doing to actually become wealthy. This is what's going to put money in your pocket. This is what's going to pay for your financial freedom. And so when you had extra money, the key is when you make extra money, invest more money. Period. If you do that, you're setting yourself up, your kids, and your grandkids up for a life of financial freedom. But you have to invest your money. And the fifth most impactful financial decision that you can make today is taking a risk on yourself. I want you to think of the most successful person that you admire. Who is it? Is it President Trump? Is it Elon Musk? Is it Oprah Winfrey? Is it Jeff Bezos? Who is the person that you admire? I don't care who it is, and I'm not trying to get political here. I want you to just think of somebody who's successful. And one common trait that you will find amongst all successful people is that they were willing to take a risk on themselves. This might be a risk to go out and try to start a business. Invest some money, some time, and some energy into starting that business idea. Investing your money into yourself, into learning how to invest, investing some money into yourself, into getting a new career, into getting a new job. You have to be the one that believes in yourself before anybody else believes in you. It is sure. But guess what? No one's going to make it out of this life alive anyways. So, might as well try to do something that you feel will give you some enjoyment and some fulfillment and maybe some extra money as well. Go for it. You get nothing to lose. I believe in you. I want you to try things. I didn't grow up thinking that I was going to make YouTube videos. I wasn't supposed to be doing this. I grew up in a very traditional Indian house. It was so traditional that when I was growing up, me parents gave me two options. When you grow up, you can either become a doctor or you can become a failure.
That was it. I didn't have any other options. And my parents were so strict about this that when I was in grade, I was about years old. I was on the verge of failing English class. So my dad got me a tutor. But that tutor wasn't for English. The tutor was for the medical college admission test, MCET, the test that you take towards middle or end of your college career to get into medical school. That was who came to my house when I was years old. I didn't grow up thinking that I was going to be an entrepreneur. I didn't grow up thinking that I was going to create this financial media company. I didn't grow up thinking that I was going to start making these YouTube videos. And I'm not trying to make this video about myself, but what I'm trying to tell you is until you try something, you don't realize what the opportunities are. And it's crazy that sometimes we grow up in this life with blinders on us where we don't see the opportunities out there until you take a step outside of what's normal. And it is tough. It's difficult, but just try it. And the easiest way to start is just to watch some YouTube videos on something that you want to do but have never done it before. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's investing your money. Maybe it's getting a new career. Then I want you to do this as well. I want you to invest some money in this as well. That way you have some more skin in the game. I don't care if it's just $1, but invest some money into this. Maybe you go out and buy a book on learning how to better in this and then take action on it because there's a saying that goes, those who pay attention. And sometimes you got to invest just a little bit of money. I'm not saying go and invest thousands of dollars. Start with bucks, maybe $1, whatever you're comfortable with, and make a little bit of a financial commitment to learn more about that thing and then take some action and see where it goes. Maybe it's another failure, but I guarantee you'll learn something. And no, you don't have to worry about living with regret because at least you tried. Because the people that become as successful are the ones that tried and failed and failed and failed and failed and failed and eventually got there. But they kept trying until they got there. And what do you got to lose? So if you're not happy with where you are today with some aspect of your life, change it. What do you got to lose? If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next.